Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the program, Business Time. This is a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. And my name is William Kumwembe. In the program today, we speak with Finance Minister on strides the country is making towards economic recovery. And also in the program, construction sector authorities say they are geared to ensure that they are safeguarding the quality standards in as far as construction is concerned. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. This is Business Time and my name is William Kumwembe. And in our main story in the program today, for quite some time, the Malawi economy has been riddled by so many challenges, including exogenous shocks that have had a knock effect on the well-being of the population as well as operations in the country. One of such is the COVID pandemic. As if that is not enough, the country has had a hit from weather-related shocks that have affected its production, especially in the agriculture sector. This has also had a bearing on the budget operations for the country as well as growth prospects. And as we are speaking, Malawi is sailing through huge debts that are, according to some experts, unsustainable. What is the government doing towards addressing all these bottlenecks the economy has been facing? This is one of the questions our journalist Mangazi posed to Finance Minister Simplex Chithyola Banda.
Of course, yes. Number one is the availability of FX. How do we do that? Then we need to diversify economic activities. I'm happy that some of the strategies that we had put in place are now paying dividends. We are talking about carbon financing now. In Malawi, we've already started realizing the proceeds, and we are able to sell the carbon financing and inject the proceeds into the national economy. We were talking about mining as something which was a new concept, but I'm happy you saw us sign the mining development agreements in Malawi that are giving us a hope, economic hope and optimism of generating a lot of FX annually. That is something that we understand is working. Not only that, you remember I said that we need to balance up the production and probably the imports, so that we are able to produce more than what we actually import. Today, you see how we financed, the National Economic Empowerment Fund, NIF, to go into commercial farming. Mike, all these, the mega farm concepts, are issues that we are now trying to pump resources hugely to improve agricultural productivity so that we can be able to generate more. That can also help us to generate more foreign exchange. These are some of the issues that we are actually doing. Remember also, it was under my tenure that we brought in the labor export issue. When I raised this in Parliament, people were doubting. Few months later, we started realizing proceeds through remittances from Israel. These are some of the issues that are now working wonders. But what is our focus now? To motivate human capital so that the import is more to result into increased output. And how do we do that? The moment somebody is very much motivated, he will work extra harder, and then the output will be more. You remember I also said, give us the benefit of doubt, because we understand that we know exactly what we are doing, and in a very shortest period of time, we'll be able to stabilize the economy. I think elements of stability people have seen. We used it to have problems, longer queues of fuel in the country. They are no longer there. Today we are talking about prices, not necessarily availability. We used it to have the challenges in terms of availability. I can assure you that one of the prior conditions of IMF was for us to build reserves. For the past 3 months, we've been able to meet this plan of action, building up the reserves, but also spending exactly what has been allocated for us to spend in a month. These are not simple achievements. They are, remarkable achievements that are indicating that we are moving towards economic stability. Come next year, when we sell agricultural produce, we'll be able to double the FX proceeds. Remember, tobacco alone has given us millions of US dollars this year, almost 400 million US dollars this year. What does that mean? We are moving from a point where tobacco was not realizing more to a point where tobacco has become one of the forex earners in the country, actually the largest. Today and this season, we want to double. That's, I think, the reason why me as Minister of Finance also embarked into commercial farming, growing a lot of tobacco, okay? So I can also lead by example. And we are appealing to many Malawians to go into agricultural production of any value chain, be it tobacco, maize, because every value chain now is a source of earning more money, obviously. So these are some of the issues that we are appealing to Malawians to work so hard so that we can move our economy from the quagmire kind of status to economic prosperity and stability, so that Malawi also regains its lost glory.
Debt restructuring, how are we doing?
From here, we'll be heading to China, discussing with China Exim Bank on debt restructuring. We've already struck a deal with them. We want simply to look at the conditions. I was in India. We've done the negotiations on debt restructuring with India Exim Bank, including senior officials of the Indian government. We are also engaging the commercial creditors, because what we want is that the conditions should be uniformity and standardized, so that any lender who actually gave us money is given preferential treatment. I should also take this opportunity to highlight to Malawians that on issues to do with the debt restructuring as one of the conditions under IMF, we are on track and we are progressing well. Just yesterday, I had a video meeting with IMF officials, agreeing on what we believe should be realistic assumptions, so that when we are being measured with those yardsticks, people should be able to say, yes, these are realistic yardsticks. So we are moving forward with debt restructuring. We are also moving forward with reforms. The importance of all these economic reforms are not simply for us to achieve economic, credit facility, the ECF, IMF. No. It's the extended credit facility. No, it's because they will help us to quickly achieve economic recovery, because that's what we want. That's why the RDP talks about recovery, development, and protection.
Now, moving on with the program, the National Construction Industry Council has reiterated its commitment to ensuring that there is standards in the construction sector. This comes as there have been concerns over low quality standards in the sector, both in public and private infrastructure spaces in the country. We caught up with Rina Kadauluka, who is the National Construction Industry Council Director of Research, to find out what the council is doing to address some of the bottlenecks.
When we talk of us achieving the Malawi 2063, we are talking of infrastructure that we need, infrastructure that will take us to where we realize an inclusive, worthy Malawi. And it is our role as NCIC to ensure that there is quality, but there are also a number of stakeholders that can come in to ensure that together we transform the construction industry, which will at the end of the day also transform the outlook of our country. And also to encourage all those that are building, that have construction projects, that let's start using what is locally made. And if there are challenges, we can together work on ensuring that we improve in terms of quality of locally manufactured materials. There are a number of advantages of using locally produced materials. Number one, if we start using our locally produced materials, we are going to contribute a lot in terms of the economic development. We will create jobs within the country. If we are buying from outside the country, we are exporting our jobs. But there are lots of Malawians that are looking for jobs. If we start producing locally, we'll create jobs for our citizens within the country. We will not export jobs. And also, we positively contribute to sustainability in the construction industry. The moment we buy from outside the country, getting those materials to the country, it means these are transported through different modes of transportation, and that contributes to carbon emissions, which at the end of the day are contributing to climate change. So shifting from using what is locally made, not what is exported, it will contribute to sustainability. And also, if we are making our own construction materials, we are going to make something that best suits our weather, our climate, our culture. We'll make things that are tailored to our environment as well.
Investing in ICT has been cited as one of the pinnacles for sustainable growth of businesses in the country. This was said by Clarence Gama, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Nico Technologies, on Tuesday when he engaged some of the players in the industry. Our journalist Benedetta Mia was there and now filed this report.
According to Gama, in an era where technological advancements are driving business operations, companies must stay ahead by adopting technologies and innovations to boost their efficiency. He said technologies such as the Microsoft 365 Copilot and artificial intelligence assistance are crucial for automating workflows and ensuring business survival. Nico Technologies has partnered with CloudMania, a cloud solutions and Microsoft Tech Service distributor, in the provision of Microsoft 365, a comprehensive suite of productivity tools that includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, among others. The partnership aims to provide comprehensive cloud solutions that drive efficiency, scalability, and innovation to enhance collaboration and boost productivity across organizations.
This gathering today is about bringing our clients in to give them new developments that are happening in the Microsoft 365 space. So today they have learned about the new technologies that are coming out of Microsoft and also how they can use them in their own organizations to improve how they do businesses. As you know, technology is growing so fast, and what we want to see at Nico Tech is to see our customers using the technology that they have to gain their maximum value. So number one is a Copilot, which is an AI or an artificial intelligence platform from Microsoft, which helps people do their work more, people do their work more effectively and more efficiently. So Microsoft Copilot is one. Number two, and before I go to the second one, Microsoft Copilot is really a powerful artificial intelligence tool that is transforming how businesses are performing these days. The second one is our own platform that we've built in-house on top of a Microsoft solution called ProcureStream. ProcureStream is an application that automates internal procurement for an organization. So the entire procurement, from internal requisitions to procurement, all that is it runs on a paperless environment that we have developed in-house. I think any business that's not thinking technology by now, it will not survive the next 3 to 5 years. All business leaders must take a deliberate move to ensure that technology is part of their core business, not just a support entity sitting somewhere at the back. So not just for their businesses, but for Malawi as a nation, we need to ensure that new technologies like artificial intelligence and Copilot in this case, simple workflow automations like the Procure Strom I spoke about are part of our everyday businesses. In terms of being conversant, I think everybody is learning about artificial intelligence. Everybody is trying to adopt. But what I can assure you is that at Nico Technologies, we're very conversant and we're leveraging on it very much. We're using AI to make sure that our clients are getting the best, to be as efficient as we can. Secondly, how secure is it? All I can tell you is that once we start going technology, we can't leave security aside. And this is why the conversation today also is talking about the powerful security that sits in a Microsoft environment.
One of the participants at the business session, Peter Chamangwana, an enterprise technical specialist from the National Bank of Malawi, noted that such technologies have potential to greatly enhance worker capabilities and efficiency in leveraging technological advancements for business growth.
I've gained a deep understanding of the integration capabilities of the Microsoft 365 suites, especially, or maybe I can say particularly on the product like the Copilot, as well as maybe the Power BI to enhance the productivity. So overall, I can say the session was insightful, and also we have gained practical capabilities for us to apply these tools to enhance our efficiency and capabilities in our workspace. Well, these technologies are very relevant, especially for example, where I'm coming from in the banking sector. These tools are very important because they can enhance the productivity, even the efficiencies of the people working in the banking sector. So the tools, they are very helpful, and we have appreciate the session that we have had today to gain more knowledge and experience.
Malawi's long-term development and economic aspirations under the Agenda 2063 rests upon 3 pillars of agriculture productivity and commercialization, industrialization and urbanization, with technological advancements and innovation as a key enabler.
Now, in other business news, Malawi could raise more revenue if it starts investing in value addition for pork and pork products. This is according to SMART Director Samuel Magombo, who was speaking when the company hosted the Finance project officials to track how it is operating on one of its strategic moves. He explains to our journalist, Taonga Sabola in Lilongwe.
The total cost of the project is 1.6 billion Malawi kwacha, but Finance has injected in, or is injecting in, about 450 million. We're expecting more, but currently Finance is injecting 450 million Malawi kwacha, but the total cost of the project is 1.6 billion Malawi kwacha. The pig or the pork industry in Malawi is very big. It's huge. The market. So when I say the industry, for me, I'm looking at the market. The market is big. It's very big. Malawi is the largest consumer of pork in the whole of Africa in terms of per capita consumption. So Malawians consume an average of 15 kgs per person per year, which is the highest in Africa. But also Malawi produces more pigs than any other country in Africa except Nigeria. So we are the second largest producer in Africa, but Malawi is also responsible for 40% of all the pork products in the southern eastern part of Africa. So the industry is very big, but Malawi has been lagging behind in terms of value addition. So that is why we are encouraging farmers to embark on commercial piggery, because the industry has got a lot of potential. Since Malawi already has experience, but also we as SMART, we are responsible for 70% of all the commercial piggery breeds in the Republic of Malawi. Just 1 kg of pork, if you have to sell it just like pork, you sell it at between a maximum of 7,000 kwacha on the local market, 6,500, 7,000 kwacha. But once you value add, you know that the same pork will sell at 44,000 kwacha. Currently, the prices are 44,000 kwacha per kg. So that just tells you that if you add value, you are going to earn more money. But also, you are more likely to export value-added products than if you sell the non-value-added products. So it's important to value-add because you are increasing the value of that. You're going to get more money, but also you sell on the international market and you contribute to the generation of forex and, as I said earlier on, substitution of imports. Lastly, on that one, or additional to that, is that you are more likely to create more jobs if you have added value than if you just selling raw products. For us, current demand is in excess of 680 million kwacha every month of the pork products. We already have agreements with off-takers, both locally and international. So our products, every product that we are making, we already have a buyer that will buy that product. So that demand I've talked about locally, it's that one, but we also have a demand of $380,000 every month from our international market. And that's only in this part of Africa alone. We are yet to finalize discussions with other markets such as the Chinese market, but also other markets. But for the other markets that deliberately I'm not mentioning, their standards, they require that we meet certain standards. So we are already talking with people from Germany, Italy, to come and train us so that our products are able to meet the standards that those countries require in order for us to tap into that market again. Another important thing is that, Malawian goods, Malawian products, generally, mostly they are organic products. So there is a movement worldwide to encourage people to eat organic products because they are healthier, they are less harmful, and therefore Malawi is already it's known as a country that produces organic products. Our pigs, for example, they are produced organically in the main, and therefore our products are supposed to be competitive on the international market.
And Finance project manager is Raf Seka. He speaks on how the Finance project is helping small and medium entrepreneurs in the country towards value addition and import substitution, among other things.
This project by SMAC, it's a very, very impressive project. You can see that it is one of the things that is going to change the whole landscape of the projects in Malawi. Firstly, its production actually is quite very, very big. One of the biggest piggery production in Malawi. And secondly, they are looking at the issues of exporting and import substitution with the factory that we have actually seen there. So basically, to ourselves, it's one of the foreign exchange generation activity, and it will also save the foreign exchange in terms of import substitution, because rather than importing all those products, the products that actually they will be producing, especially the piggery products, they will actually be produced locally here when the factory there is fully fledged. The loan have got the same interest. It's one of the loans which have got a lower interest rates, because our interest rates are about 14%, and you can actually see that that's actually on the lower side. So we don't necessarily distinguish between producers and traders at this point, because the very design of the project was designed that it will be assisting the small-scale farmers, small-scale entrepreneurs rather, and the interest rate was already determined.
Well, with that interview, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time. It is a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is William Kumwembe, but always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.